Russia has thwarted an attack by 20 Ukrainian drones targeting Moscow annexed Crimea overnight, the Russian Defense Ministry said on Saturday. No casualties or damage were reported, but traffic was diverted. Crimean authorities reported at least 2 missile attacks against the bridge on the annexed peninsula throughout the day. The Russian Ministry of Defense said they strongly condemned these attacks on civilian infrastructure. A spokesperson for the ministry stated in a video released on Saturday that the Russian military on Friday carried out a group strike on a military airfield in Ukraine. Kiev officials neither confirmed nor denied Ukraine's involvement in the attacks on Crimea. Meanwhile, Ukrainian forces managed to repulse heavy Russian artillery attacks on several fronts, according to a report from the Ukrainian General Staff. Six people have died and more than 50 rescued after a migrant boat capsized in the English Channel on Saturday. 2 more remain missing. 7 passengers were slightly injured and taken to hospital, while the others were interviewed by the police. The survivors were rescued by both the French and British Coast Guard.
Ils cherchent trop les bateaux, tout simplement, en fait. Ils cherchent trop les bateaux.
Et il y a toujours des décès à cette frontière. Les frontières continuent de tuer. Pour nous, il faut des voies de passage qui soient sûres et légales. Parce que là, le business en fait, des passeurs, c'est une conséquence du fait qu'on militarise la frontière, qu'on empêche les personnes de traverser.
The deaths come as Britain's ruling Conservative Party has sought to stop crossings of small, often unseaworthy boats with a variety of policies that have come under fire for failing to stem the flow of migrants. But small boat arrivals are down 15% from the number at this point last year. Rev Koval leads one of his first services in Turkey after the Russian Orthodox Church decided to defrock him last September following his prayer for peace in Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin ordered Russia's clergymen to pray for victory in the war, but Rev Koval replaced the word victory with peace.
Со словом победы молитва обретала уже пропагандистское такое значение, как бы формируя правильное мышление у прихожан. Мне показалось, что это идет вразрез моей совести.
In February, Rev Koval was suspended for 3 months in Madrid for his stance against the fighting.
I think that we have a duty to speak out, whatever the cost. But of course, I cannot call my brethren who are in Russia to put themselves under threat.
The Russian Orthodox Church explains the repressions as punishment for their so-called engagement in politics.
Block after block of flattened homes and businesses. Blackened hulks of burnt-out cars, the pavement streaked with melted chrome. The death toll from wildfires on Hawaii's Maui has risen to 67, as officials seek to determine how the inferno spread so rapidly with little warning.
People are found in houses in a huddle, holding each other because the fire surrounded their homes before they could even get out. There was nowhere to go. And these are they're very old and they're made of wood. Those went up like a matchstick. Nobody had warning.
Fueled by dry conditions, hot temperatures and strong winds from a passing hurricane, at least 3 wildfires erupted on Maui this week, racing through parched bush covering the island. Thousands have been displaced. Since Tuesday, aid organisations and community-led groups have mobilised to provide assistance. Co-hosts Australia have reached the Women's World Cup semi-finals for the first time, beating France in an agonising penalty shootout in Brisbane. The Matildas will now play England after the Lionesses defeated Colombia 2-1. England advanced to the last 4 for the 3rd consecutive Women's World Cup, despite going into the tournament with a host of key players out injured. In next week's semi-finals, Spain and Sweden are up first on Tuesday, and the Matildas will face the Lionesses in Sydney next Wednesday.